Hello everybody, welcome to another video. This is being recorded around 5 hours after I woke up, I think. Yes. This is 5 hours after I woke up, after I went to bed from my last stream, which was yesterday. Almost a full day ago now, actually. So this isn't gonna have very riveting gameplay, but oh shit, I joined a bit late. Um, but I'm gonna be talking about some stuff, such as fixing my fucking sleep schedule and maybe getting a proper upload schedule for gaming videos. Specifically, I want to try and stream a little more often. I might even work out a proper streaming setup, where I can read comments a little better, or messages in chat a little better. I might also work on a couple of other things. First of all, gameplay videos. Well, outside of streaming, I want to make gameplay videos, proper gameplay videos. I want to do games like, obviously Pillar Chase 2. I want to do Item Asylum, Devil's Dawn once it comes out. I talked about it a little bit in the stream, although I was a little more critique heavy in the stream about the way development seems to be going right now, from what I've seen in the Discord server and from my perspective. What type of fucking accent was that? Jesus. From what I've seen from my perspective, in the Discord, you know, I kind of am not super happy with the way development seems to be going because it's very sloppy. And I know people might be like, oh, but you've never developed a game. I have seen people develop games. I've spent 27 hours developing a small tech demo that isn't even a functional game. Yeah, but still, it's not. I'm sorry to say, but like, no. Yo, Devil's Dawn reference? Anyway. Like, yeah, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know when Devil's Dawn releases. I wouldn't even say it releases soon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure it's gonna release next year. Oh, whoa. Oh, hello, buddy. But, yeah, I hope it releases soon. I hope it releases this year, but I don't know. I'm not a dev. I'm not like a tester or anything. I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not an insider. I'm just a Discord server member. Outside of that, I'm working on another album, which should be releasing soon. TM. It's not that close to done. I mean, it doesn't have the bare minimum yet, in my opinion. But most of the songs I've already recorded have lyrics. A lot of stuff is done. The original idea for this album was to go for a more, it was supposed to be a more jokey, funny approach. Because like I just kind of came off of like a big thing, a big album that had a proper story. So, obviously, when I'm coming from, like, big story, driven record, you know, I'm not really wanting to do that again. I mean, I don't want to make, like, obviously, I have serious songs that are going to be on this next one, of course, but it was a little optimistic of me to say, all right, time to make, like, a album full of just joke songs, because really, when I think about it, when I was like, oh, I'm going to touch my roots and make a joke record, outside of Outlast the fan-made album, like, I never did that. Like, there were always joke songs among serious songs. I mean, random songs I made while being bored 1 and 2, while yes, there are plenty of obvious jokes on those records, it's not so much one-to-one. Did I see that right? Oh. But, yeah. While not one-to-one, it's like, I have fun. Owie. I have fun making both joke and serious songs. And I have more fun when I'm not trying to force myself to do one or the other. I could make 2 albums worth of music where I have a bunch of serious songs and then a bunch of joke songs, but it wouldn't go well. It wouldn't go over well for me. I would be not necessarily bored or annoyed. It would just be like trying to mix and match which part would be joke, what would be serious. Oh. To be honest, I didn't expect that. I just got fucked over because of that guy. Damn. I'm gonna real quick be right back. Then I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. I am back. Hee 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 ha. Okay. Anyway. Alright. Sorry. What was I talking about before I left? I think I was talking about music and the next album I'm working on. So, I want to talk about this next album. The original plan for it was to be a kind of very, very joke album. I then wrote a serious song that was a parody of a specific style. Specifically, it was a Linkin Park parody, and I'm like, okay, well, it was a parody of the style. It's not like one of their songs just parodied. It's a style parody, but like, I found it fun. Oh, he's hitting the jig. He's getting jiggy with it. All right. But yeah, I decided to do a style parody, and that's just what happens. What? What is this man arguing about? Anyway. You were camping mansion. I wasn't here, though? Chat? Anyway. I'm not streaming, so I can't really say chat. But, anyway. I, did a parody, and it was a serious song. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make the album semi-serious, semi-not. I'm not really gonna try and go for a one-size-fits-all sound for the album. Which I easily could have, but I decided not to. Anyway, that was pretty fun. Oh. Oh. Oh! Anyway. Bro was arguing that I was camping the one round that I was here to play. Chat, roll back the clips. Not camping actively. I was actively not camping. Imagine just simply being bad. Alright, anyway. Same guy that was arguing that standards don't matter. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I'm gonna just ignore this chat for the rest of the time. Don't care. Didn't ask. Back to what I was talking about. The actual important stuff. So yeah, I decided that I don't want to do thematically just a joke record. I didn't want to just do a joke of a record and just have every song be a funny haha. I mean, it was literally going that way. Like the first 5 songs, that's what it was. And I like those songs, don't get me wrong, but 2 of them I'm not going to add vocals on. And I don't plan on it. Like, one of them is a Item Asylum song, and then another one is just a beat I made for Beat Off. So there you go. I don't know. I don't really have a point to make the album a joke anymore. Like, the first 5 songs are jokey songs and aren't very serious, so that's just the way it goes. I still have some half-hearted tracks. Like, there's a Baldy song on the album that's pretty basic. Like, it's basically, I'll describe it a little bit, because basically it's no secret. It's as if Baldy wasn't necessarily a bad guy. Like, I don't think he was a bad guy in the original series, but it's basically like he was never bad. Lol Camper is crazy. Anyway. But, yeah. So far, there's 12. There's 12 tracks, so 7 of them aren't necessarily jokes, but we got the Baldy song, Innocence, which are both kind of half-hearted tracks where you're not really supposed to take them uber seriously because they're about fictional characters that really don't matter. I mean, one of them's a creepypasta character, and the other one's Baldy from fucking Baldy's Basics. So it's really, it depends. That's kind of the whole gist of it. It really depends. Well, that was very well done. I'm gonna place another one right here. I didn't go over here yet. This isn't fair. Alright. That trap's either gonna... Yep. Alright. Didn't even have to say it. Nice. Yummy! Alright. Hello! Nom. Thought I put a trap here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm imagining it. Pretty sure I put a trap here too. Maybe I didn't. Alright, well. Alright. Well, GG's. I was kind of locked in. Not gonna lie. It was a little locked in. Didn't win, but still locked in. Anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the previous record now. Because I have the time. And I will, you know, spend the energy for it. Rob's Story was an album that I designed kind of to be similar to me, in a way. It's told through the perspective of a person named Rob. Thank you. Audio that randomly started playing. Anyway. But, yes. The story of the character is just, I kind of wanted to tell a story album. And the first track I recorded that I knew was going to be on the record was the opening act. And I kind of was just like, that's just what I said. That was the, I believe, second take. Where I kind of thinned it out and made it more straightforward. The first take I did was like a full minute-long speech that I ended up cutting down to about a couple of seconds just because, like, I didn't want to have an entire "Hello, my name is Robert. I'm going to be telling you a story about blah 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 blah," literally where I could have just said and spoiled the entire album, which was the plan. That was the original plan, was to spoil every detail in the interlude, and I decided to go against that because I didn't really feel that it was good for listening, that you're just like, oh, I already know what this album is going to entail then. I even was going to spoil in the original thing I said. It was literally going to be a spoiler of like the actual main storyline. And ouch. Yeah, it was going to be a spoiler of, hey yo, Vapor. What do you mean nuh-uh? Anyway. The first song was, or the interlude was just going to spoil like the major story beat of Dan being dead. And I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want the first song to spoil everything, so it just introduces the story. That's its purpose. That's what its purpose was going to be, but it is going to basically spoil a lot of the record. So yeah. Even then, most of the record is talking about mental health, which I think is partially a good thing. And it tells basically Robert's story, first of all. That's the name of the album. AKA the character. And that's just the way it is. Also, small bit of detail. Lent a Hand was originally recorded when I was writing Agony of Man, I believe. It's either that or the Mythical LP, one or the other. And so that's kind of where it ended up. I don't know. There's a lot of cut material from also around the same era that's coming on to the next album. Maybe. There was a cover, actually, that was going to be on either, I believe, Agony of Man or the Mythical LP as well, called Nobody's Listening. And instead of doing what I basically was going to do originally, I decided to make it a full MIDI cover. And reshape how the song would go if I were to write it more my style, and during the Mythical LP, which I think worked instrumentally, but vocally was not the best. I've redone the vocals actually plenty of times. I've retaken the vocals on multiple attempts to make sure it sounds the way I want it to, the way I want it to be pushed out, and it's good in my opinion. I think it works, and I can't wait to put it on the record. I think the way I thought about the new record, I don't know how I got back onto the new record, but the way I thought about it originally, just being like a joke album. I swear he does not have that much stamina. Anyway, the way that I thought about the joke album, or the album being just a joke album, was kind of wrong, because, like, what the fuck, man? Confusion? I think I gotta play Nilo, because that didn't make any sense. anyway. Oh, lag for no reason. Let's go. Suddenly, bro's bad. That's insane to me. Sorry, I kind of spaced out. Back to Rob's story. I'm personally a fan of the record. I think it's a good album front to back. And yeah. It's a good album. It has some pretty cool references in it. It has some pretty cool stuff in it. And I like it. I like Rob's story, and I hope that you guys, if you listen to the record, I hope you like it too, because I think it's a really well done record. I'm really glad I didn't put any obvious covers on the record. If I did put some obvious covers on the record and it got taken down, I would outright remove it. Like, I would be like, okay, I'll leave this version of the video down, remake it, and re-upload it without the cover. No issue, because I'm that happy about this record. I wouldn't even risk the dispute. Like I did with Prepare for Chaos and Best Songs of 2022, which I'm surprised that I lost both in a way. I won in the area I wanted to win. That's the only thing. I won, but I lost, if that makes sense. Because the copyright claim's still on the video, so if it, on both the albums. So if it were to monetize, I wouldn't make any money off those albums, which I don't care. I don't want to monetize anyways. And if I do, then I don't care. It's like I'm still making no money right now, so that's not even in the cards. I'm just glad the albums are unblocked. So yeah. It's cool. It is what it is. Alright. I'm gonna leave this here, because I kind of just ramble with no real point to my points, so, or no real point to what I'm saying, because there's not really like a, I don't know, I don't have like a fine line of things to talk about. I don't script anything, so, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.